This past weekend, I had the privilege of delivering my keynote, Pick Your Path: How to Set Your Mental Autopilot on the Right Course. I challenged the attendees to identify a negative thought that was hindering them in the growth of their business. I'm Elizabeth Mahusai, elite sales and leadership coach, and yes, a keynote speaker. After I spoke, I was connecting with conference attendees, and during one of those conversations, it was said that the negative thought they had written down was, I don't want to be pushy. And I started asking questions, and as a result, I knew that this needed to be the focus for this week's video. Today, we each get to pick our path in how we perceive ourselves as sales professionals: the thought path of pushy or the thought path of passionate. I like to call it the Scarlet Letter. It's the mindset we bring to how we see ourselves. And it's incredibly important. And I call it the Scarlet Letter because most people, possibly or most of the time, have heard about at least the literature called the Scarlet Letter. And so we have to realize that the mindset that we bring to our sales interactions really matter. Do we see ourselves as wearing a scarlet letter P for pushy? And by pushy, I mean it could be that we ourselves perceive ourselves as being pushy, or we believe that it is necessary to be pushy in order to actually sell our product or our service. And as a result, the fear of being labeled or perceived as pushy oftentimes will have us stopping short of actually bringing someone to a point of decision. We're allowing people to hang out in maybe land, which is only serving to crowd their mental plate. And so it's super important that we realize that the thought process, the thought path of pushy, really, in effect, we're making it about ourselves versus serving the person to whom we are interacting. Let's compare that to the thought path of actually having passion around the product or service that we're selling. You see, passion is defined in many ways, but part of it is having an intense emotion that compels action. Yes, that's right there. Take action, moving someone to a decision, whether it be yes or whether it be no. Our passion can compel people to act. And in doing so, we are serving them. Our passion, yes, it can be, and really it should be, wrapped around with a buying atmosphere. In other words, whether they tell us yes or they tell us no, we're okay. It's okay. Our conviction isn't based on their answer, but on our belief that what we are selling is needed in the world, and it is our job to passionately share it. So, here are two questions that I want to challenge you to ask yourself this week as it relates to being a sales professional and how you're going to engage with the people with whom you are interacting. Number one, what P are you wearing? Is it a scarlet letter P for pushy? Or is it a bright beacon of passion for your product or service? Number two, how can I cultivate passion for what I'm selling and then communicate it in a compelling way that moves people to take action with a yes or with a no? I'm Elizabeth Mahusai, elite sales and leadership coach, here to challenge you to pick your path wisely. And this week, it is my hope that you choose to pick the thought path of having passion for what you offer people. And in doing so, speak it out in a compelling way that moves people to action. I hope you have an amazing day, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and to share this with others so that they can also be encouraged to pick a path that moves them in the growth of their business.